Live. We are going live. We are going live. We're live, according to YouTube. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Changeling the Lost Littlebrook Reunion, a storytelling game of beautiful madness. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Thank you. We are not on the Onyx path today, unfortunately, because obviously we had to take a little bit of a break, but we are doing the epilogue of our game, so this is... Unless something strange happens or mysterious, this will be the last episode of the show. I figured I'd just come right out of the gate with that one, just tearing off the Band-Aid. But we're going to have a great session today. We got stuff planned. We're going to basically see what happened after the massive explosion of white light that happened at the end of last session, which was over a month ago, a month and a half, I would say. We don't have any announcements, obviously, but how about we do an introduction? And for old time's sake, month of birth, backwards from December.
Of course.
November?
Sure.
I think you're...
I'm last. I'm February, so.
No, I'm January.
Oh, God.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
I'm March.
Okay. Hi, I'm Megan, and I play Nova, and she's a beast.
Perfect. Thank you. So who's after November? I mean, before November.
Adam, you were when?
February.
Well, that's me then. Because I'm in May.
Yeah.
Man, you bunch of early babies. Hello, everybody. I am the Touring, and I play Lars. He is wizened and the grumpy old man of the group.
Perfect. Thank you. Got any April babies? I mean, aside from me. March 15th.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's me. Hi, I'm Kitsu, and I play Tyde, an elemental.
Perfect. Thank you. Touring, you were February as well. No, not Touring. Sorry. Trev, Silas. February?
January.
January. Oof. Okay. So we got two February babies.
2 February. When
24th
February?
for me.
14th. So you
Okay.
first then.
I'm Harry. I play Nate, the fairest.
Perfect.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
Adam, and I play Jonas the Darkling.
Perfect. And then last but not least, certainly not least,
That's you, Trev.
Okay. Hey, I'm Trev. I play Silas, who is an ogre.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Hope the audio is fine for the stream. That's always been a little bit of an issue, but I just lowered my volume in my headphones a little bit. So, to have a recap of what happened last time would be suitable, but I will make it as short as I can. Basically, a war was fought against the Lady of the Forest. Ooh, pardon me. Who is also known as the Birch Mistress. Let me see here. I wrote that down, but of course I forgot about it. Here, where's the note? So, the Birch Mistress. Starting off great. She wanted the baby, the child of Mrs. Blackbird that had been incubating for 18 years. That's a weird word to choose for that. But basically, she was going to deliver the baby, which she was doing more or less with the help of Nova. I would probably say less because it wasn't really a bunch of stellar rolls there, but the baby sort of got delivered, except it wasn't actually there. It seemed to have vanished during the process, and during it there was also this strange heartbeat going on in the labyrinth where the baby was being delivered. While this was going on, the lady sent her knight, Sir Rot, or Lord Rot, rather, he was a lord, her emissary to retrieve the baby. Lord Rot was very violently reacted to by Nate, who shot him in the head, and then by Silas, Silas was confronting him as well. Eventually, the lady tired of all this waiting and arrived herself, destroying her emissary in the process. Oh God, there's just so much stuff that happened. Nate had also tried to retrieve help from the Sanguine Duchess, or rather the Sanguine Duke, wasn't really sure about that. The title that he may or may not be a contender for. No words were received, so he planted a seed and asked for help from the other fair folk, the other true fae, the Arch of Midsummer. The Arch of Midsummer, of course, was first asked, can you come here? And he could come there, and that was the first seed used, basically. And then instead of using another one, Nate promised away his title of contender for the Sanguine Duke for the help. Is someone... I'm hearing something in the background. Sorry.
Trev? Yes, Trev.
Try. Could you turn off the audio? Sorry, there's something coming through. There's something coming through your microphone. Someone talking.
It's weird. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all right. So with this offer done, the Arch of Midsummer gave Nate a bunch of flowery soldiers that surely would be helpful against the True Fae. They were not.
They weren't.
They weren't. However, through sheer luck, perhaps, the lady decided that I will wait 10 minutes for you to deliver this baby to me. And Nova, quick thinking, basically carried up this baby that you had crafted out of this red glass, this meteoric glass that you had found, gave it to the lady who, in a shriek of rage and or disappointment, just turned into dust. That was not the end, however. She manifested as this giant, capturing all of Littlebrook in a huge sphere of glass. I swear this all makes sense. And just sort of mushed it all together into this tiny area where Littlebrook slowly went back in time, so to speak. Everything was just deconstructed until it was just a wild landscape. All the while this was going on, of course, Jonas alone actually witnessed how several of the townspeople of Littlebrook had been rounded up by soldiers of the lady and brought to the green, where everyone essentially coalesced. It was mayhem, more or less mayhem. And hi, Michelle, hi in the chat. A huge battle erupted where the lady eventually manifested as well once she realized that... well, actually, I think she was brought down by Nova calling her a bunch of names, and she got upset about that. And I think she wounded both Silas and Jonas rather severely. She even knocked Jonas unconscious, sorry, and was about to kill him when first her throat got halfway decapitated by Tyde, who right before that had released a whole army of people raised by caffeine over in the hedge. Yes, again, a lot of stuff happened in this short period of time, who joined in the fight, together, of course, with the refugees that you had saved from the Duke, the Sanguine Duke. While this fight was going on, Silas's helicopter dragon was eating up butterfly riding knights, as well as his two brothers were joining him. And those two brothers, which we didn't mention, were named Barnabas and Manahan. Barnabas and Manahan, his two brothers from when he was working with Mother. They came along and helped out as well. But she, Mother, or the lady, or the beautiful face, held up Jonas and threatened to kill him unless she was given the baby, at which point Lars cut her arm off with a dagger, but she wasn't necessarily ended by that, but rather by a large caliber meteoric glass slug point blank to her face by Nate, which probably killed her. Hopefully killed her. And at that point, everything just turned white. And we will begin a month later. It's October, early October. Autumn is here. Leaves are turning yellow and red. It's getting colder in the evening. People don't really go down to the water to swim anymore. But life has slowly returned to normal in Littlebrook. Well, no, that's not true. Life was always normal in Littlebrook, but now it's changing. It's growing. It's painful, of course. People move, stores close down. Kids maybe playing more inside than outside these days. But things are good. There's been a new pub opening. It's a combined board game and pub run by the brother of the owner of the Halfway Inn, the only pub before then in town, in the old Blockbuster. And him and his wife are teaching the kids to play board games and painting figurines, stuff like that. The refugees that you brought back from the hedge are either settling in town or moving on. Some of them perhaps heading for Minneapolis or further north into Canada, but they're slowly healing. And that's really what's happening right now. Littlebrook is healing. The wounds that have been tormenting this town for 18 years have finally begun to heal. And they promise all to send letters and texts or whatever else they can think of. Renee and Archibald, however, the maid and the manservant of the Sanguine Duke, have remained, both of them now working together with Lars on one of his projects that he's been a little bit secretive about until now. Joan's been feeling her age. She is, after all, quite old, and her work shifts have gotten shorter, but that's fine because she's got Flicker working for her, and Flicker in turn has employed, or forced, or coerced a couple of other servants from the Sanguine Duke to help her run it. They seem a little bit harried, but business has been good, although, there's the occasional fire that needs to be put out. But she's gotten better at it. And Matthew has quietly returned to the library. He's not seen that often, but when he is, he seems happy, content with his life, less troubled perhaps, and some of the dryness of his parchment-like skin has begun to mend. He looks more like fresh paper now. And it's also mentioned offhand that he's been seen having conversations with the huntsman. Never in Littlebrook, at least not until now. And they've been talking and perhaps building some bridges. There was, of course, the fallout between them a long time back. Patty has taken over as sheriff, the previous sheriff having retired, and she's been doing a good job. She might have deputized a couple of changelings herself as well, and honestly, at this point, the amount of changelings might almost start outnumbering the amount of human people in town. Although, whether or not you're human, that's of course debatable. Jim is Jim. He's still working at the gas station. He seems a little happier, though, and a little bit more talkative. Him, Silas, and your two brothers Barnabas and Manahan have occasionally been spending time together in deep conversation, exchanging stories about your time in Arcadia in a way that probably only ogres would understand. You certainly had a... Oh, that's my camera being weird. Certainly had a tough time back there. However, what's been up with you? We'll start with Jonas. Jonas, just a couple of days after the battle for Littlebrook, you woke up again. You had been in a coma or a deep sleep. You were heavily wounded, and according to what others told you, both Silas and Caffeine had been spending a lot of time absorbing some of your wounds, helping you heal. But even so, when you woke up, you felt like there was a part of you missing. And pretty soon you found out that that was also quite literal. The fetch that had been created to take your place has left Littlebrook. Left just a couple of days back, so in the period between your battle and waking up. And Allison has remained behind. For some unknown reason, her car stopped working completely. So with the fetch gone, with Jonas gone, she has decided to stay in town. And I believe that just yesterday, you worked up the courage to approach her again when she was working in the cafe. And I believe that she even said that, hey, there's apparently some reruns of this movie, The Lord of the Rings, came out like 15, 20 years ago. They're playing them all at the cinemas, so I haven't seen that movie in years. You feel like going? You could use the company,
Yeah, I would be glad to. I haven't watched them in it feels like ages ago. It was good fun last time I saw. I only saw the first one though.
Oh yeah, the first one is the best one in my opinion. She kind of smiles. They actually inspired me a little bit to become a writer. That and another thing that happened, but that's in the past. I mean, this isn't a date though. I just need someone to go watch the movie with me. They have like a 2-for-1 deal going on, and my roommate didn't want to go, so.
Of course, no worries. I'd love to see the movie again.
Yeah,
I
sure.
barely remember it, and I remember some things I didn't really get. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the movie, but yeah, maybe you can help me explain.
Yeah, sure.
Afterwards.
No problem. I mean, there's only one person working the cinema anyway, so it's going to be a while when they're changing roles. So there's going to be a break in the middle. That's usually how it is. So I can explain to you what happened. I just really hope they're not showing the extended cut because that's like an hour extra of material. It's
An hour. It was quite long already, but okay, an hour extra.
well, an hour 40 minutes, something close to that.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's not hope for that. When will we? When
We
is
can
it?
meet up. It's tomorrow at I think it's 1 o'clock. It's like a midday matinee thing. So I mean, they're probably gonna show all three of them, knowing this guy, but I don't think I have enough energy in me for more than one. Maybe two. Maybe the two towers.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
at that time, I really hope they're showing the extended cut because that one's actually better than the because otherwise it's like nothing happening in that movie except for a big. You know what? I'm not gonna spoil it for you. You didn't see the second one.
Yeah. Don't. I'll maybe we'll see the second. Maybe I'll see the second one anyways, and then.
Yeah. I mean,
the third sometime else.
honestly, if you have a DVD player, I can lend it to you. I have all the movies. I just, it's just something different seeing it in the cinema,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Cool. So, all right, I'll see you at the theater at noon tomorrow.
Perfect.
Okay,
I'll be
cool.
there, ready and with my fantasy movie eyes on peeled on what's ever gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that complicated. When did you see it? When did you say you saw it?
I saw it like when it came out,
Oh,
basically.
yeah, that was
One time.
Like what,
It was
18
and
years
then I
ago?
didn't come.
16? Was that 16, 18 years ago?
Yeah, something
Oof.
like that.
Yeah.
It was yeah, I remember it was exciting movie, but yeah, it was a lot of things happened after that. Same night I saw it, actually, things went weird, and I never came by to see the rest of them after that.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah, it
happens.
would be, now that everything calmed down again, it will be good full circle to watch him again.
Yeah.
And then he thinks for himself with you.
It's perfect. So she kind of goes, I really have to go back to writing this thing because
Of course.
I've been having some trouble with my car. Someone really messed up the engine of it, so I I had to deal with that, and I'm behind on my latest manuscript. You know how it is.
Okay. Did you get it? I know a guy who's good at fixing stuff.
Oh.
Really good.
Cool.
I can ask him if you have time. He's been quite busy now, but
It's not Nate, right? Because he's probably going to try to sell me another car.
no, it's not Nate. His name is Lars.
Oh, all right, cool.
I'll see if he has time. Maybe he can look into it.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah. See you. See you around.
See you around.
Bye.
Bye.
And Jonas leaves.
Does he go anywhere else? Does he do anything else on this day? By the way, you have about an hour of time or so before there is a grand opening of To the Last Drop, the cafe that Nova's been squatting at. She's apparently been renovating it, and she's gonna have a grand opening today. Everyone's
Just
invited.
One question, like the Battle of Littlebrook,
Yeah.
all the people in the village were rounded up. Do they remember anything from that? Like,
Good
Are
question.
they aware what happened?
When you woke up, everyone was like as if it never happened. The people of the town, and even the ones who had partaken in the battle, except maybe for the rest of you, they seemed less inclined to want to talk about it. It seemed almost like it was a finished chapter, like they didn't want to continue. Everyone told you what happened. You woke up on, well, you didn't wake up, but everyone woke up in the green, like they'd been sleeping, lying next to each other. Not the townspeople, they weren't there. But everyone who had been fighting woke up there, and of course there was a lot of confusion. But there were no soldiers from the lady. There was no giant castle. There was of course no giant trophée either, and everyone just kind of waited around for about a day, wondering if something else was going to come up, and then it just never happened. Of course, there were guards posted at a bunch of places where the fake could come from, but nothing, no signs, nothing. And no one could return to the hedge from here, at least not by the usual trods. It seemed that almost as if Littlebrook had been cut off but not in the same way as it had been. It was almost as if all the trods had just moved, as if they'd pulled back from the town itself, because the huntsman, this is all has been told to you over time, the huntsman apparently had some trouble finding his way back, and he appeared by White Stag Lake, by the national park. So it was like a safe zone almost was produced around and in Littlebrook itself.
Then if he has an hour, he'll go to Matthew, visit
Right.
Matthew.
Right. So you
And,
go to the library then, yeah.
Yeah, and just like try to knock on the door and see if he's there.
Yeah, he's there. There's several children and some older people in the library reading books. You recognize a lot of the ones that were from the Goblin Market that came through the mirror that Tyde created with caffeine, but also some human children as well. Matthew is wearing his usual librarian clothes. Oh, right. Jonas, how can I help you?
Hi, how are you after all the things?
I'm fine, I suppose. I haven't really processed it yet. I mean, it's been a month, but it's really
Yeah.
it feels like I can finally let my guard down, if you know what I mean. It's strange. I've been sleeping at night. It's a strange feeling that.
No, the feeling somewhat, and that was actually what I'm gonna ask you about. I've been thinking a lot about like returning to normal, but I'm not really sure what to do now. Can I
first of
help
all,
around the library or something?
Yeah, well, certainly I could always use an assistant. Well, I don't think there's really that much for you to do, but the company's nice, and certainly you've proven yourself quite apt in this. And as far as I learned from Wenceslas, you took to autumn like a fish in water, so to speak. Pardon the expression.
Yeah. Yeah.
But certainly, if you'd want to, it's really not very exciting.
I just need. I want to go back to things as they should be, perhaps. Like maybe get a job and get some place to live and some things.
You keep saying as things as they used to be. Are you suggesting how it was before you were taken, or how it was before the battle?
Before I was taken.
Right. Well, I will certainly give you a job, Jonas, and don't even worry about anything like that. We'll take care of things, but you have to understand, things are never going to go back to the way they were from before you were taken.
I know, but I want to try at least. See, with everything that happened and her gone, and I want to catch up on everything I've missed, and now seems like the perfect time to get that going.
Of course.
And hopefully it won't come other stuff that gets in the way.
Well, that's not that we can't really guarantee that, but I'm fairly certain that the conflict has been resolved for now, and there's plenty of us here now. So should anything happen again, we're more than ready for it. I heard that Lars had some kind of operation going on. He wouldn't tell me much more about it, except that he really needed to use the box that you retrieved, the gateway to that world.
If he doesn't want to tell you what it is, then it's usually a good thing.
Yeah, well, I would hope so. I do trust him. I trust all of you. And I never said this, Jonas, but thank you. I was convinced that there was only one solution to this. I never thought we'd be able to fight them off. I never thought we'd be able to kill one of them. I don't even know if we did kill one of them, but I certainly haven't heard anything else of her. And I know that my friend, the huntsman, he's been keeping an ear to the ground, and as far as I know, life as it is continues just as it was over there, except, of course, the absence of a certain lady.
To be honest, I didn't think it would work either, but I'm glad we tried, and I'm glad that we apparently succeeded with it as well. Yeah.
Of
Well,
course.
thank you, Matthew. I'm gonna go to the opening. Are you gonna come?
Oh, to the last drop. I wouldn't miss it for
Yeah.
I wouldn't miss it for anything really. I remember when it was open still. It's a very nice restaurant, cafe. Yeah.
I was thinking I'm just gonna catch up with Tyde,
Mhm.
then I'll join you later
Of course.
afterwards, and yeah, maybe we can get going whatever needs to be done here for a while.
Of course. And Jonas. One last thing. If you ever feel like you're alone, or that others don't understand or can't understand, we've all been through it. We have each other to support. Catching up with Tyde is good. I believe it's a good step to healing what you've gone through. All right, I'll see you at the opening. Give my regards to
see you.
Tyde. I presume I'll see her at the them. Sorry, I presume I'll see them at the opening.
Yeah. Thank you, Matthew. I'm pretty sure that I will need your advice in the days to come as well. And we'll talk more.
I'll be here if you need me.
See you later.
Of course. See you later. Now,
and-
yes.
Yeah, then I'm gonna see if I can find Tyde, or maybe wait for her at the location if you want to switch over to someone else.
We'll get to them later, and we will go to Nate for now. Nate.
Brilliant.
Yes, you had two things you wanted to do once things calmed down, and something you discovered. And I would like to have your reaction to this, is that not only does the Littlebrook Cinema and the theater run movies, they also have afternoon classes for students in the Littlebrook High. And you wouldn't believe who's running those classes. It's no one but your fetch, who's actually tutoring high school kids in drama and theater.
I'm impressed. I honestly, I think that's good news. I might show up to a few of those just to see what it's about.
It's honestly, it's a little bit gauche. It's you're older now. You're more experienced. You're obviously realizing that this kind of theater, he hasn't really grown out of the stage you were in by the time you were taken, but he doesn't seem to recognize you, being the one who shot him. Yeah. He doesn't remember that. That seems like a lifetime ago when you just shot him in the stomach. I was gonna say mouth, but he wouldn't have survived that. But he's doing a pretty good job, and he really appreciates another adult being there, because a lot of the kids are a bit of a handful, but they're good kids. They seem mostly interested in playing with their Game Boys. Is that what it's called? You seem to recall.
I guess,
yeah. Man, was there even a Game Boy around when you were in the 80s? 86, right?
In the 80s, I don't think.
No. Game & Watch. That's the thing. But yeah, they're having a good time. So, how engaged do you get in the local theater scene?
Probably decently engaged, enough to get myself settled before if I recall correctly, I'm going on a road trip, correct? Tyde?
That's
Oh,
nothing
well.
I've heard of, but if you're going on a road trip,
Yeah, so I better get myself settled in there so they know my name at least before. Oh shit, I gotta come up with a. You know what? I'll just call myself Nate, and there'll be two Nates.
that's fine. Nate's not a strange name.
No, it's
Certainly not. Looks kind of like the guy who's also Nate.
not. Yeah.
It's fine. They're kids. We wouldn't understand.
Are you kidding me? They're kids. They'd notice immediately.
Yeah, but they don't say anything because
Yep.
you pull out a gun. No. So I'm assuming then that the plans to open up a gun store isn't happening, or
Yeah, probably not.
I mean,
I'll probably just like put them all in like a box under the sink or something.
put them in your what's it called, the on the car,
The glove box.
the trunk of your car, and just drive around selling them out of your trunk.
Yeah, if I ever get pulled over, that'll be a huge problem.
Oh man,
Stealer.
what's it got to do with all those guns?
No idea. I have too many though,
Do you have again?
and they're all exact copies of the same one handgun.
Yeah, I think you have like a half a dozen at least.
Yeah, minimum.
Man, whose gun did you copy?
Just I think one that I had shot at a range when I was a kid or something.
Oh, right. So someone in Littlebrook's gun has now been copied multiple times.
I believe I've given people them at times too. So.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
think
sure.
now.
Let's hope none of them
Jonas is
commit any
walking around
crimes.
with one.
Oof, that could end up really bad.
Yep.
Could have been your dad's gun, for all you know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, all right. So
And
let's go then to you and Tyde. What's this all about? I'm hearing about a road trip.
I believe Tyde wanted to go on a road trip, and Nate's pretty capable of fixing up an old piece of shit transport van, like a camper of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be the current project: is get the camper working, and then take it for a spin.
Yeah. Ah, my
I
camera.
think it's like they're both a little bit impulsive, so it's probably been like we have a van, or rather this van could be like a camper. We can totally make it like a
Wait,
thing.
the Beetle?
No, just like
No.
a junk van. Or
Aha,
something that we
okay, yeah.
Buy for like $500 and see
You
if
bought
we
it.
can
You
fix
bought it
up.
from Nate.
Yeah, we bought it from other Nate, fake Nate.
I don't know if it's done in a month, but they're
Yeah, we'll
probably
see what we
like
can
working
do.
on it.
Yeah, you might have gone on some short trips to like the national park or to Canada to get free healthcare or. No,
I think you still need a number for that.
I mean, all Nate has to do is touch someone's ID, and he can just make a
Yep. The only problem is it's an exact copy, so
That's
I can't
true.
exactly. It will almost definitely get me arrested pulling that stunt.
You know, that's future Nate's problem, right?
Yep.
So
If you think about all
yeah.
problems that way, then you can just leave all sorts of shit on the doorstep of future you.
I love it. But that's what you're working on right now, and I'm gonna say that Tyde is probably arriving to where have you been making kip since the fight? Where have you been staying since the fight, Nate?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Are you getting a job? Are you?
I mean, yeah, I do need to eat things, which I never did in the entire series.
It's true.
But so
Maybe
yeah,
the actual idea of a van. Maybe first it was like, okay, it can be a place to stay, and then came the road trip idea.
yeah, we're
maybe.
like, hey, I could
You're
actually
living in the
make this
van.
Nice road trip.
Why the hell not? You know?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's 100% Nate right there.
Yeah.
I'll live in the van. That's fine.
Yeah, no problem.
There's no way that's gonna be bad or weird for me.
Yep.
mean,
Yeah.
hey, a
but
lot of
as for a
people-
job, I don't know. What could he do as a job? Like, he can't exactly go and work at the auto dealership. That would be weird. I don't know. Maybe a range safety instructor or something. If the
Who would
shitty
hire
ranger
you?
Was nearly speared by a unicorn.
Well, that's true. I forgot about that part.
Oh my god.
Oh man. I mean, it's not that you're short on money or food. You'll be provided for in case you need it. But after a couple of weeks, the rest of the changelings in town are like, "Hey, Nate, maybe you should try getting a job." I mean, they did the same for Jonas, but it's
Yeah,
fine. It's
probably.
fine.
It would probably be wise to get a job at
Yeah.
some point.
maybe you're working at Jones, or maybe you're working
Yeah, I'll work
at
at
the.
Jones.
Maybe...
I'm down to follow around Flicker with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, she appreciates it. There's a queue to Jones every lunch and breakfast right now, so it's very busy. Yeah, most of the changelings eat there, of course, out of brand loyalty, but also it's a popular place. So getting in there, it's crowded, it's cramped, but business is booming. So yeah, they could have used someone to do the dishes or serve the tables, things like that.
Tyde can do the dishes.
That's true.
Cheat at it.
How do you mean cheat?
Like, use glamour and stuff in the kitchen to make it faster.
Waterbending.
Waterbending.
That's fine. That's fair. You can do that. But before we go on to Tyde, I think we're going to go to Silas. Silas, you've been helping out in town, fixing and repairing some stuff, restoring buildings. I think the biggest project that you've been working on together with your buddies is the Littlebrook town bridge that got unfortunately burnt down. Some freak accident. Yeah. So you've been helping out with that, and of course, town's been paying you for it. They set you up. Matthew helped set you up as like a contracting firm. They started a little company for you. It's just you and your two brothers right now. But yeah, I mean, you've been doing house maintenance. You've been helping out the Wellmans who do the lawns all over town and fix fences and stuff. So my camera keeps turning off. Sorry about that.
Kind of construction work, basically?
Yeah, construction work, fixing up some old stuff, building new stuff. You've gotten you actually gotten a request from Flicker to expand Jones, much to Jones' complaint, of course, to build like a secondary room to connect to it because it's just too crowded. And yeah, I mean, business is booming. So you've been doing a lot. And I think right now you're actually working on what would you be working on actually right now if you think what would the Littlebrook be needing?
Thinking a little bit of work on the areas that were damaged. There was a lot of damage done to the town square, right?
Oh yeah, the green had some damage done to it. Yeah, most folks just assumed it was some wild, very quiet party happening in the night. They were convinced through certain chicanery that everything's just as it should be. But yeah, you've been busy repairing the stage, which got a lot of damage to it, and of course the gazebo, and you've been fixing the little bridge over the water, and you've been fixing the holes in the ground. Maybe you've been sorry.
So check this out. The idea was that when we started our little firm, and that helped us out with, I had always thought that my brothers, Barnabas and
Manahan. Yeah.
They were always more intellectually gifted, more skilled with tools and building. But even though I've gotten better at managing to help them with learning things, at the end of the day, sometimes you need someone who can just carry things around all the time in large numbers and not complain about it. Our work on the green has been going well. It almost shocks me at times when I realize that all the damage that our visitors have done is almost gone here. The plants are going to take a little bit longer to grow back, of course, but plants always do. I remember reading at one point that you need a forest fire to happen to clear out the dead wood and make way for new plants to grow. There's something about that appeals to me, even as I take what's left of the lumber here, the donations people have made to make this a good area again, rebuild the stage, build a new gazebo.
Yeah.
Yes, that's something I've been thinking of. Just nice shaded area where people can go in summer and
Yeah.
relax in the shade.
And you actually,
Something-
yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, continue. Yeah.
No, and so that's what we're doing, just rebuilding a little bit.
Yeah. Barnabas actually had the idea to plant a maze, hedge maze, and City Hall was like, yeah, go right ahead, do it. So that's one of your latest projects, and you're actually planting the last couple of hedge bushes right now. It's obviously going to take a couple of years, and it's nowhere near as complex as the one where you met the gang for the first time, but it's almost poetically ironic that you're building a maze of hedges out here in the real world. Hopefully, it's not going to be, it's not going to be a bad idea. But Barnabas is like, yeah, I'll patrol it. I'll make sure it's safe. Scare some
Guys,
kids while I'm at it. Yeah.
Just hop up on a footstool, look over the side, and make
Yeah.
sure no one's gotten terribly lost.
Yeah. And in about 30 minutes or so, you got the opening, the grand opening for To the Last Drop happening. So any plans before that?
While we're here, I was just going to have a drink. I hadn't had a lot of coffee before coming to Littlebrook. But now that I have a purpose, now that I have something that isn't just being a clerk at a Blockbuster, but that makes use of the skills and attributes that I have, there's something satisfying about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just taking a little drink and feeling my energy come flooding back. But it's not so much energy, it's more of mental focus. When it comes to physical energy,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just the stamina, it's the idea that I'm making things better for once.
Yeah.
Oh, you could say that violence did make things better during the fight, and in a real sense it did. But being able to build,
Mm-hmm.
being able to expand on Littlebrook in a way this town hasn't felt in decades, ever since the first ritual.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Yeah. Barnabas actually was like, yeah, I brought a couple of beers if you want one before you go. Figured it's actually a surprisingly warm day for October, but it's gonna get cold in the evening, you know that. But right now, sun is shining, sky's blue.
And when you're working all day, a cold beer would be just the thing
Yeah.
to make it a little better. So I accept the beer from Barnabas.
Yeah. He fishes it out, the bottles out of the pond, just been keeping them cool in there, hands it over to you.
And I clink balls with him in Manhattan and say, lads, I am so glad things worked out.
Yeah. You and me both. And I think we'll move on for now to Tyde. Tyde? You're muted, I think? Sorry.
I am.
There you
Thank
go. There we go. What is Tyde planning to do before, of course, the grand opening? Or has been doing in between?
I believe it's been a very big experience, a very big impact, obviously, and waking up from the dream that wasn't a dream, that was more of a nightmare turned reality, became a little bit of a lesson, I suppose, but also there's been this whole, I think the first thing that came from it for Tyde at the very least was horror, because even though it seemed that everything was back to normal, Jonas wasn't waking up. And so I think that until he did, the battle was not over. And the fact that after everything, he was right, that he could stand up for things, and really actually meant that Jonas didn't need protection in that sense, and it wasn't so literal, and it was time to figure out what actually Tyde wanted from life and for themselves. And so it went a little bit from there, and a little bit at a time, Tyde started to, well, first had to figure out where to live. So I think that was a conversation that Jonas being not disposed of practically, I think that was a conversation that Tyde would have had with Nate, and maybe decided to squat with for the time being, and then maybe decided to go back a little bit to more of their drawing roots and started to make that van look a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like painting, maybe like drawing a little bit of a
It can
scenery
look like the
at
Mystery
the
Machine.
side.
Yeah. Rust is fine if you cover it up with paint. No problem.
I mean, there was a lot of Googling and YouTubing
Yeah.
going on, because I don't think Tyde was any kind of a car renovator before. So I think they've mostly like tried to go back to some kind of artistic roots and just try to find the something stable, and then realizing that life's not stable. Life keeps going, life keeps changing, and that's the beauty of it. And I wonder if one evening over, I don't know, hamburgers, McDonald's, whatever happened, Tyde was like, you know what? We should go fucking, sorry. Sorry, I'm cursing. We should go across, see the world, because that's the thing that we haven't managed to do. We've been cooped up for so long, and then we had to fight for so long, and now we don't have to. Now we can go wherever we want. So we should. So I think that's where the idea came from. And so I suppose if someone were to search for Tyde is probably like trying to change the oil or trying to, redesign the windows, making like designs in ice and comparing them, because why would you use paper when you can use ice or something like that? Making marks a little bit with like droplets and ice and stuff like that. But I think in the off time, obviously, to pay off whatever living expenses are needed, I think being a dishwasher at Jones in rush hours is a pretty good gig, if Joan would have them.
Yeah, absolutely. Flicker doesn't even, just here, have an apron, go into the kitchen, we'll figure everything out later. And someone else has to do all the paperwork because Flicker can't be bothered with it. But yeah, no problem. You get the job. And
thanks.
Yeah.
Boss, is Flicker in charge now?
Yeah, I'm in charge. What you gonna do about it?
Nothing. Just asking.
Yeah, didn't think so. And I think that's where Jonas finds Tyde, working on the car.
Okay.
The van.
Hi, Tyde. Hi.
You hear a big clunk.
Oh, you okay in there?
Then they roll off from underneath the van. It's like, hey. Oh, hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm as good as I can. How are you trying to fix the car?
Yeah. I mean, I'm fixing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
sort of.
Great.
Why?
Yeah.
What?
I'm just wondering. So you're doing this road trip thing?
Yeah. I figured, I want to see the Rockies. I want to go see the Niagara Falls. I want to bathe in the Atlantic. I want to. Well, this is the Atlantic too. Here. I mean, you know what I mean.
I know what
I
you
just
mean.
want to go around a little bit and see things, see reality, if that makes sense. I'm tired of dreams.
Yeah, sounds sounds exciting. Not something I would want at the moment, but I'm glad that you found, and you and Nate found your way what to do next.
I mean, not forever, just maybe for a while, you know.
Yeah, sure. Um,
What
just
about-
just when when we came out from the hedge, you said something that I've been thinking of. You said that you didn't like Sarah, and you thought she was weak and boring and nothing good. And I was a bit sad when you said it, because I liked Sarah, and I missed her, and I had fond memories of her as well. But in all this, I've realized that Sarah is not coming back, and I'm gonna miss her, but I'm still glad that you're here, that I've got Tyde here instead. And I would like to get to know Tyde and you a bit more, a bit better. And what I'm trying to say is just like, stay in touch while you go on our adventures. Like,
Oh man.
call me and send postcards and send selfies of you and Nate doing awesome stuff and such.
Oh man. Well, I mean, it's gonna take a while to fix up this car, so it's not like we're gonna go tomorrow. But I'm sorry you felt that way. I didn't even think about it, actually. It was just, you know, it was all those years being locked up, and that person locked up was still had so many of Sarah's thoughts and so many of Sarah's worries, and you know, just things that I didn't like. And I just
doesn't matter what happened to Sarah. She's gone, and I'm a bit sad about it. But I'm not sad that she got replaced by you. So I'm glad that you're here. So we don't need to dwell on her being gone. I'm gonna be happy. I am happy that you're here instead. But I just don't wanna lose you as I lost Sarah. That's all I'm saying. So I want you to go on your road trip and do everything, but maybe I'll come visit, or you come back and something.
I think that's a good idea. I do want to stay in touch, and I don't want to. I mean, for whatever reason, Sarah still did good things, and I still have. She's always gonna be part of me. We are the same person in some ways. It's a different hue now. That's all it is. But I know what you mean, and I'm gonna do my best to keep in touch, and I'm gonna call you, and I think we should be back. Like, we should do the things that we used to do, you know, like Christmas stuff, running down the stairs. I don't know if we'll have stairs, but that doesn't really matter. Like, who gets first to the presents, stuff like that. And I remember those things, and I want to do them again. And you know, Thanksgiving together, those kinds of things. Maybe we can still do those things. I like those a lot. Like, is
I
this
would like
weird?
that very much.
Like, I mean, I know, like, it's really weird, you know. Some people's are like so much. They argue so much with their siblings and stuff, and I'm just like, I want to be your friend, you know, and I don't need to be your protector or whatever, because you're a lot stronger.
Muted.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Then
really miss Christmas.
You think?
Thank you. And maybe someday we'll track down Mom and Dad, see what they're up to. But until then, Christmas and Thanksgiving and the regular phone call and sounds great.
I don't know if Mom and Dad will ever understand what we went through.
No, but we can just
Yeah, but we do. So they might have accepted the fetches as part of their family, but you're my family.
Yeah.
And so that's not gonna change. I guess forever, because do we live forever now? Is that a thing? I didn't ask Matthew. That would be interesting.
We will. Let's hope not.
We'll see.
We'll see. Do you still remember that there's that opening today, right?
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Thanks. Okay, yeah, I'll get rid of some of the oil. Are you going there now?
I'll wait for you when we go there.
All right. They get up. They have like overalls are a bit too big for them, and they have like oil stains and stuff like that. So they go to like the degreaser, like try to make quick work, like while washing their hands to the elbow. Wait for me. I'll be quick.
I'll wait for you.
And with that, I think we'll go to
Deep voice Chris now.
Oh no! All right, let me try to fix that. God damn it!
Also, Chris, your camera flickers sometimes.
Everything is messed
There we
up. Okay, there, perfect. Yeah, I heard you. I know my camera flickers from time to time. There's something with it's because I'm using my phone, I think. At least it's still working.
It's Flicker's fault.
Yeah, it's Flicker's. So, we're not going to go to Lars for a good reason. We are going to go to Nova right now. Nova, in the last couple of weeks, you have been busy. You've been basically fixing up the cafe. Have you had any people helping you, or have you been at this all on your own, lonesome?
I think she focused. She's like, no, I know how to do this, and everyone's got their own thing. So first, she definitely moved to the little nest she had made on the first floor that she'd been sleeping. Like she slowly moved that upstairs and started like living in an apartment.
Oh yeah,
like sleeping on a bed.
Ooh, bed, fancy.
Yeah, it's too fancy. But yeah, then she's been, she knows enough to fix up the coffee machine, scrubbed everything. And has been like thinking a lot while she does. It's nice to be alone with her thoughts, and she has painted out a logo on the glass window.
Yeah, she made a lot of progress personally during that battle. Like there was a lot of pent up stuff coming out. Yeah.
It was like just like 2 hours of therapy.
Oh yeah.
Like she's really like way ahead than if she just like done traditional.
Yeah.
She's feeling a lot better. Like a lot of a weight's off her.
Yeah, it's great. So, is she still calling herself Nova? Is it Nadine now?
I think if someone calls her Nadine, she responds to it now.
All right.
You know, it's not perfect yet, but you know, she doesn't like flinch or anything. She's like, oh yeah, I guess I'm Nadine too.
Yeah. Well, you're getting there. Of course, occasionally Amanda has been coming by. At first, just, having some excuses saying, Matthew was telling me about this, or I spoke to Mrs. Blackbird about this. But over time, it's more been that she just shows up, she has coffee with you, maybe she helps you out a little bit, she cleans. She's always a little bit of a busybody. She's like, oh, you missed this spot, or you should really dust off the shelves on the top. So if you stand on the, so
Yeah, okay, man, I got it. Thank you.
yeah, of course. I'm just
Got
advice, just advice. You know,
Okay, it's only
I've been
my
running my
cafe.
own store for several
Oh,
years, so I'm
I
just
mean-
okay.
That they slip right back into kind of how they were before.
Oh yeah. And once Amanda is becoming more how she used to be. It's like a great weight has been lifted from her too. She's not as nervous or scared anymore, and you're seeing a lot more of who she used to be, the kind of sassy, bossy kind of person. And it's still very kind, but sometimes now you remember how it used to be. It's like,
Yeah.
But it's good. She's also very supportive. Like she every time she visits, she brings you a potted plant, whether you like it or not. She starts with cacti because
Excellent. It's a real vote of confidence, Amanda.
Yeah. And then slowly working her way up towards, like, finally yesterday when she came by, when she knew you were preparing, she brought you an orchid.
Oh.
Like
And actually, yeah, it would be like, genuinely, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Amanda.
I fully expect this thing to be dead within a week, but consider it a test.
Let's say 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
You're on.
Dead within 2 weeks. What do I get? A dead plant?
Yeah, you get the vase back.
Perfect. It's a deal. And if you win, if it's still alive, I will. What do I do? What do you get?
You know what? We'll wait until that happens. We
Okay.
might not have to make that decision.
Okay, cool. So you feel like you're ready? Feel like you're ready to open this place up? You had a ghost here, right?
Yes. I think the ghost is gone. I have to be honest. I shout out every time I go upstairs still. I guess it's my apartment, but
Yeah.
I haven't.
You have been hearing the occasional clinging and clanging from the pipes, but that might just be poor plumbing, as far as you know.
Nova's playing it safe.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Good morning, ghost lady. I'm taking good care of the cafe as promised. No worries."
Yeah, doesn't seem to be any problems. Occasionally, it takes a little while for a light bulb to come to life, or sometimes there's a weird, almost sobbing-like noise, but then, yeah, it's bad plumbing, It's...
That's what she's telling everybody else.
Yeah. So today's the big day. How have you designed the place? So look.
I think Nova's main goal was she thinks that the library is very, very boring.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no reason for the changelings to be hanging out at the library all the time. I remember we had cake and drink there. It seemed weird. It's a library.
Yeah.
So her focus is a place where everyone can kind of come and sit and just, have something hot to drink. Maybe have a little, she'll have a little bakery choices, So she's trying to make it very inviting. There's a lot more plants than she planned for, but she put in some shelves.
Some of those hanging things that you can put pots in. Yeah.
Yeah. So just simple, but just coffee and a counter on one side, a few tables, chairs, maybe a little bar on one end for just individuals, and doing the best she can. It's not the fanciest, but she hopes it's warm and inviting.
Most important question: does it have free Wi-Fi?
Once she had someone explain this to her. She was taking an 80-something. It's still a little. She really took to the phone quite quickly, but she's like, "Why what?"
Wi-Fi. Never mind.
And she just had someone if you know what it is, do it. And that was the entirety.
The neighbor's Wi-Fi is unprotected.
Fantastic. This Littlebrook is so sharing, even when they don't know it.
Yeah.
Oh, Nova, never change.
It's community spirit.
Yeah, someone's like, living room Wi-Fi, is this yours? You're like, yeah, sure.
Yes, this cafe is a living room.
Yeah, so it's a couple of minutes before opening. Amanda is the first to knock on the door. She's not bringing a plant this time. She's actually, what is she bringing? What would Amanda bring you for an opening gift?
I think she brings her a mug that she had made with the logo of To the Last Drop.
Perfect. Like the original, did you remake the logo or is it the same one as before?
I feel it's slightly different. I feel like what she did is there's part of it that looks like a little bit like water, one that looks a little bit like stone, one that looks almost like it's just this is in of all the different kind of like just kind of trying to subtly incorporate her friends.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. So yeah, it's like the old logo but with new elements in it. So she's bringing this cup. This mug would have the new logo on it, or would it have the old?
Yeah, because Nova still has that broken one she used for her contract, and that was from the old. So now she has that, and she'll put the new one, like a new beginning, right next to it.
Perfect.
And she'll give Amanda a big hug.
Yeah.
And like it's the perfect gift. Thank you.
Yeah, Amanda hugs Nova back, of course, and it's a very genuine, heartfelt hug. And she's like, I'm so proud of you, Nadine. I never thought you'd start a business. I honestly, actually, you know what? This is exactly where I imagined you to be 20 years ago, 30 years ago, taking over To the Last Drop because you've been working there for so long, but not like this, I guess.
She'll go, Amanda, honestly, all I ever wanted to do when I was working here was get the hell out of this town, out of this job, maybe even out of the country. But it's different now. And now it's a choice. And I'm choosing to build something here. So I guess I did end up here, but just took a different path.
Yeah, life is weird that way. Wow, I never thought I'd be making shoes, but you do what you're good at, so you do what you're good at. Speaking of, did you ever actually send that application to City Hall of actually taking over this building?
Oh, hey, that's probably a really good idea.
Don't worry, I sent it in for you.
Oh, okay. I figure we had battle time, like just like okay. Amanda,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Jimmy took care of it. He said he's coming by later, by the way.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, people are coming, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh no, people are coming. I'm used to being alone in here. No.
Who of you, the rest of you, will be the first to enter, except for Lars? Who will be the first?
So the goal is to see if we can get the van running, that we can pull it up in front of the thing to show the progress we've made. That's the goal.
Go ahead and roll. What would that be? Crafts. Composure?
Both, as we know, wonderful stats for Nate.
Roll for showing off.
Roll. Let's get those fucking composure dice. That's fucking 2 dice.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that's one success.
One success. You got it rolling.
Got to push it the last 100 yards.
Yeah. No, the first 100 yards. You actually get it working just enough to get the last 50 yards before you stop.
Please don't drive into my new cafe.
It'd be way faster just to walk.
So then would you be the first or the last ones to arrive?
I would leave first, arrive last.
Right. So I'm going to assume that Silas is probably going to be the first one to arrive. Am I correct?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'll just pass Nate pushing the thing along.
I'll help.
You need me to push the van? Okay, I can do that.
No, I got it. Don't worry.
Stand behind the wheel? What's going on? And Jonas is pushing too?
Let me just give us a push at least.
Jonas is the only reason the van ever gets moving again.
Be watching by the window, like about to call a tow truck. Just in case, like, oh my god, what the hell's happening in front of my new cafe? Oh wait, I know those people.
A beautifully painted but horribly running van.
I just get the van to the slope, give it a little push, and then you get the car starting. I think that works out pretty well.
Yeah.
Brakes barely work. You have to zigzag it to slow it down.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Tyde is probably by the wheel, like 1 foot outside of the car, just bouncing along, hopping along. And you get it started. You drive 100, 200 yards maybe, and then you're at the cafe. So now it stops. Hopefully it will start again at another point. And so yeah, Nate and Tyde, you're the first to arrive.
I'm
And
probably
Jonas as
Jonas
well.
is with us.
So the three of you are the first to arrive.
I'd be like, welcome. Oh, hey, Jonas, I kind of already thought you were here, but like in a shadow. So she'll be like, yeah, come in. Thank you. You're the first. Come on
Maybe
in.
I was.
Ah! Gotta stop doing that, Jonas. you gotta stop doing that. But she'll be like so excited. Come on in.
Yeah, we're coming. So this is nice. This is the place with the ghost, right?
Maybe not. Be cool. It's opening day, all right? Yeah, okay, that's a good sound. I've been sound. That's a good sound.
That's the ghost.
Need like
Or just pipes.
It's pipes. Amanda's like, it's pipes.
Yes, Amanda's correct. Just pipes.
you should get
Pipes.
that looked at.
I would like to say for the record, either A, you're incorrect and there's a ghost, or B, you have a serious problem with your pipe.
Oh no, it's charm. It's charm. This is a charming
The
place.
house is settling. That's
To me,
Yeah.
it sounds like a health and safety violation, but I won't
Okay, listen,
say
this is opening
anything.
day, Nate. She jams a muffin in his mouth. Try this. I got these new. What do you think?
It's good.
Yes.
Better if it wasn't shoved halfway down my throat, but
I was just excited.
pretty good.
Talk about pipes again.
Nope. Nice flowers though.
I have four new flavors, so I got 3 more muffins for you to try.
I was going to offer to have a look because I've been like checking a lot of DIY videos. I'll have you know, so I'm kind of an expert in that kind of thing. But I'll have a
5-minute
muffin
crafts.
normally, please.
Tyde, before you touch any of the pipes, oh shit, I said it. Please remember, we've been watching a lot of DIY videos, and we've been working on this van for some time. The brakes don't work, and neither does anything else.
The doors.
It's a work in progress. You can't force art, okay?
This is true. Just please, Nova, hire a professional to fix the plumbing.
Fine.
Sure. Though I'm just gonna try whispering at it every night for a bit first. Don't worry.
I'm imagining that there is great coffee here.
Oh yeah, you're right. Let me get some coffee. Yeah, okay, and she'll kind of run behind the counter and just like tap on the machine a little, like it's basically fixed, but
Yeah.
And she pours out some, ends up bringing a tray of coffee to everybody.
You did remember to run it a couple of times first, right? To clean up the...
She grabs all the cups again, and puts it on the tray. I'll be right back.
I mean,
Of course.
Somehow this is exactly how I expected it.
It's just residue. It's fine.
Okay,
The hot coffee
this.
will pour it away. we'll
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, here, this is for you, pipes. Shh, enjoy.
Grunk, 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 grunk.
You know, I read and they said in a video that coffee grounds are actually really good for pipes. So
What about for ghosts, hypothetically?
Hypothetically.
does your ghost like coffee?
We'll find out, maybe. Hypothetically. Anyway, here's some new coffee, everybody. Eat some muffins and drink coffee. No pipes or ghosts here. I mean, there's
Alright.
pipes, but there's normal pipes.
Normal
That
ones.
would not affect a Yelp review. Hey, I learned about Yelp reviews. Has something to do with the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, if you want to use the Wi-Fi, it's living room Wi-Fi. Password is banana42. They tried to lock it. No worries.
Yeah.
Just you got to stay close to this wall because the reception's not super great.
Don't worry about
Wi-Fi
it.
in half of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Why did your Wi-Fi name stop stealing my Wi-Fi? I was just being cute. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, don't download anything that's illegal. Amanda's just like helping out. You know what, Nova, I'll help out behind the counter today. I just in case there's a lot of people, and there is a lot of people. Like there's a continuous stream of some of the refugees. There's people from the market. Patty's showing up with her shiny sheriff's badge, and she's hanging by the bar drinking her coffee. A lot of people showing up. Silas, you of course arrived just a little bit after the others. Man, this place is crowded.
There's an extra it's not even a chair. She kind of got like this giant box, and she made sure that it was there for Silas so he could like sit down and enjoy something at a table. And she'll go like, that's for you. So don't even worry. That it's strong.
It's actually a very nice box now to look at. Very sturdy.
Yeah. Well, all
Margaret's
sorts. Yeah.
chair would break right under me. But
I want to make sure everybody's comfortable.
I look around the shop briefly, and would I see one of those beanbag chairs around?
Yeah, I think she has also like
I think
yeah.
at least one. So
Yeah,
I just huffed it up in one hand and used it as a cushion on the box.
You emptied out the Goodwill store.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's no matching furniture anywhere. And the cups and the saucers, they're all just, they're from different like I think there's a Jones Diner.
Oh,
A couple of those mugs got end up in there.
probably.
Well, Nova, if I wanted to go to a place where all the tables and chairs look the same, I'd just go to a Starbucks. This is great.
She'll even be like, thank you, Silas.
What's
Yeah,
a
honestly-
Starbucks?
Even with
yeah.
the ghosts and all that,
Turns
I'm really
out,
impressed by this, Nova. Like this is really something.
Thank you. It's it's all from us. Like I couldn't have done this without all of you because we'd probably be dead and stuff, or still there and dead too. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty good outcome.
I don't know. I feel like you probably could.
What, be dead there? Yeah.
No.
I think I could do that too. That's why I'm glad I'm not.
You know what you would do? You would probably end up opening a cafe in the hedge without us, and then caffeine would like supply you, and I think you'd still freaking own the place.
I've been given caffeine beans.
Yeah, there's actually, you have been receiving shipments from caffeine as well. There's a box of special blends, which it's very special blends. Are you using any of caffeine's beans?
Terrifying, but
I feel
Half of them are grown in the hedge, by the way.
I feel like that she has two like kind of like special like regular coffee, but there's an opening special blend, and then she has absolutely legit got into one of those packages and just made up. She has not tried it. She just decided, oh, there'll be special beans for a special day.
It
everyone's
smells
just hallucinating.
Yeah. It smells very strong from it.
Oh, these are very good.
Yeah.
Anyone want the special coffee? Just order the special, okay?
Matthew's like, I could certainly try one.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, she'll fill up the cup and bring it on over.
Yeah.
Enjoy. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Well, it certainly has a nice texture to it. Like he's moving the cup, and the cup is like.
It's strong brew.
Yeah, it's got a half congealed consistency to it. We're going to leave the cafe there for now, and we're going to go to a place far, far away, but not really. And Lars, you see Renee, the spider-like maid, who's of course dressed in an outfit prepared for this mission. She's got, leather jacket and reinforced knees and elbow pads, and she's kind of lying on a pile of what looks like used pacifiers. You're not entirely sure, and you're not sure you want to know. She's kind of waving you over. She's looking through a pair of binoculars. Lars, come here.
All right, Lars sneaks up and drops down next to her.
Yeah. She hands you the binoculars, and you see what she's indicating. It's a work camp of changelings. There's about 10, 12 of them. No, there's 12 of them. They're connected by a chain link, and you see some weird, almost spider-like creature walking around, like hissing at them and kind of urging them on. And they're digging through these piles upon piles of refuse and sorting out socks, missing Lego pieces. There's some erasers, you think, and like a whole pile of number 2B pencils. Is that standard one, or is it HB pencils?
Number 2, yeah.
Number 2 pencils. huge pile of them, all like half used. And they look miserable, of course. They're of all kinds. Some of them are very similar to how you looked. Some of them seem to have been bought from other masters, so to speak. You see one that looks like they perhaps they're kind of almost cat-like, but they're missing an ear, and they're kind of limping around. You see a scar across their eye, and they all look extremely miserable, of course. Like, I think that we should take these. We're like 10 minutes away from the portal.
Looks like there's just the one guard, so I say we move.
All right.
I've got bolt cutters. We just need a distraction.
I'm on it. She just kind of disappears, crawling down this pile without anything shifting, of course. She's moving very stealthily. And there's, of course, a whole bunch of big, heavy machinery that are just lifting things, moving things around. There's no rhyme or reason to how things are sorted here. You've seen someone push a wheelbarrow full of very neatly sorted brown M&Ms, and then you just emptied it out on top of a pile of tires, and then just went on their way. So you worked here for a long time. You remember how it is. There's a logic to it, but right now you can't see it. You only understood it when you were here. She disappears, and then after a couple of minutes, you hear suddenly how one of these huge monstrous you've seen those huge Russian machinery, right, that are like several times the size of a normal what are they called, the
backhoe or
the backhoe, the huge I don't know, caterpillar, the bulldozers, yeah, that just suddenly rumbles to life, and it is alive. It's a creature in itself, and it just slowly begins to move towards where that spider guard is. And at first, he doesn't notice, but then one of the prisoners look up, and they kind of press themselves to the pile, and the spider guard looks over just in time to kind of get buffed by it, so it's pushed to the side. So this truck is in between the prisoners and the guard for now, and you can see the spider creature is like climbing up over the side, but the cockpit is really high up, and it's been reinforced. The doors, it starts banging on the door, and the truck just keeps moving. And you see Renee, who's jumping out from the other side. She gives you a thumbs up as she's dropping down amongst the prisoners.
So Lars will start running down the side of the hill, and at the last 10 feet or so, he'll slide.
Mm-hmm.
So he stays low to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
slides in, and pulls out a set of bolt cutters and snaps the chain
Mm-hmm.
with them, and he'll call out, "Quick, follow me."
The prisoners just look confused and scared, like, who are you?
"I'm getting you out of here."
All right, the cat person just walks up to you and is like, all right, thank you, and show us where to go.
And then he'll turn around and he'll scamper back up the hill using all four limbs to grab on and grab footholds, climbing.
As you're climbing, however, you hear this rumbling noise, and you see in the distance how one of these huge piles just falls, flattens out, and immediately a hand comes up out of the pile that you're crawling in and just grabbing onto your arm. And you see how these creatures formed from litter and garbage are just crawling out of the piles and screeching and clawing for the prisoners. Renee is kind of pulling out an axe and just hacking away at it. Like, make it for the portal, we gotta hurry!
Lars will reach into his bag and pull out a suspiciously uniform-looking pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Nate. And start cracking off shots just to try to cover the fleeing of the new recruits that he's freeing.
Yeah, they're scrambling after you. They're obviously not quite as adept at climbing these things, and they're exhausted. They're all malnourished and thin, gaunt, but they're running for their lives. And you hear over the small bead in your ear, you hear Archibald's voice going, "Lars, what's the status? I'm seeing movement."
We've got action. Be ready for incoming.
Okay.
We'll be coming in hot.
It's understood.
And he'll point to the idling beetle at the base of the hill on the other side.
Yeah.
He'll say, "Load up in the van," but it's an actual iridescent beetle.
Yeah. Has the horn grown back yet?
It's only been a week, so probably not.
Right. So they just slide down this pile, and arms grab for them, and the creatures that are coming out are just being dragged behind by the sheer momentum. And you're shooting and firing away. You're blowing the head off of a creature constructed out of what seems to be Nintendo cartridges. Well, you wouldn't know that, but they're like gray little cartridges. You see the word bubble bubble flying by as this one cartridge goes sailing. And soon you're at the beetle, and the beetle is just kind of stepping around aggressively because these things are coming out as well, and they're like screeching and clawing for it. And you see a cloud of insect-like garbage monsters just flying towards you. This sky is darkened by these things.
So as Lars is following down the hill, he's going to call out to, is it Rachel?
Renee.
Call out to Renee to grab onto Bailey. We're moving now.
She, you see, Renee is actually struggling. Like some creature has pulled the axe away from her, so she's trying to get loose. But one of the prisoners actually helps pull her leg free, and they're all moving down to the beetle and getting onto it. And you hear Archibald saying, "Lars, gotta hurry up. There's a lot of creatures coming."
We're going as fast as we can. But as soon as he gets down there, he'll grab onto that horn, and Bailey will toss him up onto his back.
Right.
Something that looks like they've practiced quite a bit. And as soon as he's on there, he slaps him and he says, "All right, let's show him what you got."
Yeah.
And that iridescent shell that has been acting as armor splits apart, and huge wings sprout from the back of him as he leaps into the air and takes off flying in the direction of the portal.
Yeah. The sound is deafening as these wings just flutter at an extremely high pace. The flying creatures that were following you don't catch up at all, but you see there's another cloud coming towards you, and they're just suddenly smashing into you. You see Bailey just kind of slams his head left and right, and these creatures are torn apart. But a few of them scamper on. You see Renee just kicking one in the face, and it falls off. One of them is grabbing for your gun. It doesn't seem to understand what it is, so it's just like trying to get the gun from you. What do you do?
By this point, it's probably empty, so he would just chuck it straight at the thing's face.
Yeah.
If you want it, have it.
It first looks, for a millisecond, looks like it's like, ha, triumphant, got it. Then it gets it in the face and just tumbles down to the ground. And you see this small square hole that is the exit, the hole that's just barely big enough for any of you to fit through one at a time. And you see Archibald he's got his sword drawn, and he's wearing plate armor that you and he both designed together. And he's just cutting down these creatures one after another. He's like waving for you. Wow, you couldn't have caught more attention than this, could you? And he's pointing to the exit, like, get in. And people are like hurrying as Bailey crashes down to the ground, just skids to a halt next to it.
So as everybody piles off, Lars gives a pat on Bailey, and he'll whisper, "Buy us as much time as you can," and send him back out.
Yeah, the beetle just turns around. He stomps the ground a little bit, almost like a bull is getting ready to charge into them, and then he just slams into this oncoming horde of creatures. And he's making a wall for you, but you gotta hurry up. You gotta get inside. Archibald's pushing people through into the safety of your hole.
Yep, that's what Lars starts doing as well. Just starts stuffing people through.
Yeah. And sorry.
He makes sure that Renee and Archibald get through before he goes.
Yeah. Just as you're about to go through, you look back And suddenly you see something. You see a deer that's standing there. It's looking at you.
A deer. The a cold winter on a stand high up in a tree with a rifle. An image flashes through Lars's mind as he kind of remembers back to the day he was snatched in that birch forest 60 some years ago. And he'll just kind of make a finger gun and at it before ducking through.
Yeah, and the deer runs off as well as soon as you do that. And you're back through the hole, and these creatures are just coming through. They're so close right now to the box. What do? One arm just goes through. Yeah.
Slam it shut.
Yeah. You slam it on the fingers. The fingers just drop off. The hand slithers in back down the box. And it's quiet. You're in your workshop. Everyone's there.
All right, everybody. I know it's a little crowded in here right now, but this is only temporary. You are free.
Free?
You're no longer the plaything of something greater than you.
Free.
It's strange right now. And that's why you're going to stay here for a few days, because things will start to become clearer. Memories will return. Your forms will soften. You'll start to remember who you were, where you were from. And as that happens, we'll do what we can to get you home. Or you can stay here. Welcome to Littlebrook.
They're all still in shock. They're sitting down. Do you have bunk beds in here or anything like that?
It's pretty cramped. You would probably have built bunk beds by now. Probably three tiers, just enough room to basically lay on your side, and you set them up so that they lift up so you can have some storage underneath of them.
Yeah. For a moment, nobody says anything. Archibald is kind of sheathing his sword, looking around, and then one of them just kind of sits down on a bunk bed and kind of just buries their head and their face in their hands and starts crying softly. And slowly life is coming back to this group. A lot of them are crying. Some of them are laughing. Others are just quaking, like tension just releasing. Others are still staring straight ahead of themselves. But you've seen this process now, and it's gonna pass. Renee and Archibald look at you and say, "We'll keep a watch on them for now." If you said aren't you gonna be late for the opening of Nova's? Was it to the last drop, the last cup?
I think it's a mix of that, but
all right,
can't remember. But he'll glance at his watch and be like, but yeah, you're right. I am very late, so.
They kind of smile and laugh a little too, the tension releasing. Bring back some coffee for everyone. I can't believe you pulled that off.
Well, I think after that one, we're gonna need to wait at least a couple of days before we try again.
Yeah, I think they're getting on to you. Yeah,
we might have to start moving the box.
Right. Well, we'll talk it through. We'll take care of everyone here. Renee's kind of just looking down at her side. Looks like I'm bleeding a little bit. She kind of gets a first aid kit and starts patching herself up. Say hi to everyone. Sorry, we can't be there.
No, I'm sure they'll understand.
Yeah. and you head over to the last drop, arriving 15 minutes late.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, hey, Lars, you made it. Hey, here, I saved a cup for you. And she'll put a piping hot cup of the regular coffee into Lars's hands.
Excellent. He'll take a sip and have a seat at the table.
Not
So,
like you to be late. What's up?
I've been a little busy. Got a side project going. You remember that box that we found? When you open it up, it was you could see somewhere else.
Yeah, you didn't like that box.
Yeah, I tried to destroy it and that didn't work, so I decided to do something different with it. That realm that it went into, that's where I spent my durance. That's where I spent my time on the other side. So I've been, I guess you could call it, it's not really an underground railroad, it's an interdimensional railroad. We've been going in and rescuing Changeling. The last mission just got finished.
Wow.
What have you guys been up to the last week?
We've
Not that.
Yeah, I've been trying and failing to make a van work.
We have been trying.
We've been trying and failing to make a van work.
I mean, it doesn't sound as impressive. You could have asked for help. You helped us.
I could have loaned you. I would say I'd loan you Bailey, but he's going to be. He'll be back eventually.
The sad part about this is rescuing people, and at the same time, he probably could fix the van in an afternoon.
Oh, yeah. You want me to take a look at it real quick?
No. I got this. We got this, right, Nate?
Yeah, I think we got it.
They both
Thank
seem
you,
very
though.
yeah, they seem pretty confident. Also,
Jonas.
I kind of want to see what happens.
Jonas leans back behind Nate and Tyde and just look at Lars and shakes his head.
As long as the brakes work, you'll be fine. I mean,
It's getting there. It's getting
you
there.
guys do know that it's the stopping part that's the most important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you imagine who you're talking to right now?
Quick glance out the
Hey,
window
what's that mean?
just to see where the van is. The van is still exactly where it was.
Probably not exactly.
Who was in the driving seat? Was it Tyde? Nate?
It was Tyde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyde, did you remember to put in the handbrake? Does Tyde know how to drive a car?
Yes.
Oh. All right.
Excuse you, I had a driver's license. They get that. It's a 16 in the US, right?
I don't see
Yeah.
drive on your sheet though.
Shit.
Fair. If you drove on the roads, like you know that there's a lot.
Yeah,
of people
I don't
walking
see
around
drive on
with
your
licenses
sheet.
who don't have a dot and drive.
Well, I'm gonna say that maybe Ty didn't know that there's a handbrake and you have to pull that.
Guess I just
Going down a
roll.
hill.
Luckily,
Oh,
it's
no.
not a hill, so the truck is not the van is not there. But when you run out to look for it, it's gone maybe 30 feet.
I will be right back. Hold this in.
Wow, they fixed it so good it drives itself. It went to park itself.
It went to park itself. Very
Wow. I'm gonna get a car and have Tyde fix my car.
I'm sorry, but there is literally a skill called drive. So.
Yep.
I know. I have survival.
So
It's
if we
it's
do
an
crash
urban
it,
jungle.
you can do well in that, but
Yeah, no. I have survival and streetwise.
so if we
Is
get
that-
stranded in the city
No.
or in the country, you can help
You'll be
us.
fine. Yeah.
So
you guys will
long
be
as
fine.
someone remembers to put the brake, yeah.
So you're fixing up a van for just for something to do, or
We're going on a road trip.
oh, where are you guys headed?
Anywhere and everywhere. We're gonna go see Niagara Falls or the Grand Canyon. Just gonna go
don't-
all around the place.
I don't suppose you would mind a convoy. Or
We could
a
happily
caravan,
make a convoy
because the
if that's okay with you, Tyde.
Sure.
because I got to say that the security on the other side of security on their side's starting to figure out where we're coming from, and
Oh.
So that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
maybe moving that entrance might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
And well, I know both of you know how to handle yourselves.
Well, I try.
I mean, we do need to get back eventually. And we're gonna like start that shop that she said. Right?
Well,
But
eventually we probably won't be able to make forays in, but while we've got the upper hand, just something to think about. You don't need to
Yeah.
answer now.
All right.
Although, if we are going to travel together, I'm definitely going to need to look at your band.
if I can watch.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, we can watch. You can watch too, Nate, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I trust him fully to make whatever repairs are necessary.
All right. Well, that's you two. Nova, I know what you've been doing. The shop looks great.
Oh, thank you. A lot less, I guess, heroic rescues. Though, at one time I thought I wasn't going to get the special coffee beans in, but then caffeine helped, and I don't know how she got them. So that's probably an adventure.
Nova, sorry to bother you. Is there a restroom here? Because
Oh. Yeah, she'll just like point,
Thank you.
and then she'll like look over at the special stuff, and then think about not serving it. But she just made a whole thing of it, so she's just gonna let it be.
You should make like a thing of it, Amanda says. She's like, I tried the special bean and I survived.
Oh, we can make T-shirts. Oh, you're
Yeah,
good. And she'll like
yeah,
write
yeah.
it down like on her business notebook.
Call it the methamphetamine.
You did
I'll
not
shove
just come up
myself
with
out.
that.
That is the so bad.
Methamphetamine. It'll kill your teeth.
Nate's low-key banned from the cafe for a week and he doesn't know why.
No, you got to come back later.
So what's Silas? You doing anything during all this? Just enjoying our coffee, or?
Pretty much. Why would I do anything else? Besides, I think my ability to help with the particulars, mechanics, is a little bit not as good as other people's. Unless anyone wants me to help. Do you have an idea, guys?
You could probably just pick up the van and take it where it needs to go. You know, like
Just set it
Plan
back down.
S for Silas.
Bless for
Then
strong.
what's the point in having a
that in
van? We could just like get a Silas an extra large backpack and go around the country like that.
It's not a bad
Oh.
idea.
Would it really be the worst idea? You know, just load everyone to a wagon and just tow it down the street.
Tow it along.
A station
Silas is
wagon.
big enough that no one will ask us any questions.
Station wagon.
Silas wagon.
I mean, I think the most helpful thing is just you. Like, you being you. You know, I look at you and I calm down. And that's a lot, you know? So if I think whoever you rescued might do well with that too. You got a presence around you that I don't think any of us do, so.
Thank you, Tyde. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think you guys pretty much have it handled. Well, where are we going to go now? Any ideas?
I'm gonna stay here for a while. Just get settled. I'll be waiting with open arms when you get back from your road trips and your adventures and everything. And I'm gonna be a regular at this cafe. Maybe see that ghost sometime. I've been promised. I have been promised.
There's pipes. There's no ghosts, but there's pipes you can stare at any time.
And almost on cue, it's like dum 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 dum.
You're not helping. I'm running out of muffins.
My like that supernatural spider sense, is that tingling?
It's either really bad pipes or a ghost. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, Nova.
Well, maybe,
She's like,
And you can't tell if I'm here or not.
maybe we need another van and a bunch of teenagers and a dog going around solving those mysteries.
The mystery
Who's
of the
wanted
cafe
a
pipes.
dog?
I bet Nate would be great with dogs. Hey, wait, could he produce like a gun-sized dog?
Like a chihuahua?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That...
No living. Oh, sorry. I'll shut up.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no living things. I'm pretty sure if I were to try to produce a dog, it would just be
Babies!
dead, and that would be a problem.
No.
Okay, but I believe in you. So you keep trying.
Yeah, but if you, I'd rather not just produce a bunch of dog corpses. Thanks.
Not in this
I
cafe. I
mean-
just opened it.
God.
Yeah, that would be really bad for business.
The
Yeah, you guys
implications
should probably
of
just adopt then.
cloning animals. Oof.
They cloned sheep in recently. No, it wasn't recently. It was,
It was
like 2000.
Years ago, yeah.
Sorry, so confused sometimes.
All right.
Let's not though. Fine.
Yeah, like I'd prefer if we all refrained from cloning for the time being.
I mean,
Couldn't agree more.
you guys want to be boring. All right.
Yeah, I'm okay with being boring actually, if it means not
Unless-
cloning a bunch of sheep.
Unless you want to clone muffins, and I was running out of them.
Not that I don't trust Nate, but I do
What?
not trust Nate with food stuff.
But weapons.
Well, no, of course. No, he's so good at that. He's so good at that. There's so many guns in town.
Well, there's
Jonas
only
just-
one gun in town, just many of it.
No, that's okay. But I think I'll just Amanda has helped me source out where to get muffins from. Plus, Flicker said she's gonna try baking cookies.
And not
That
burn
could
them.
only end well.
I'm super excited. She won't tell me what kind because she's like, taste them, and then whatever it tastes like, those are the kind of cookies she was trying to make, which I think is pretty smart.
Okay.
Oh man.
That sounds like a wonderful way to make cookies.
Yeah, I'm gonna serve it with that special coffee.
Oh, speaking of, can I get a thermos of that to go?
Oh yeah, and she'll jump up, go behind the counter, and fill up a thermos. It pours real thick, so it takes a second.
Okay.
It's heavier than it should be when she hands it back.
It's just like a 30-pound thermos.
There you go. Enjoy.
It's like a weapon.
Tyde looks around to see if Matthew is out of the bathroom yet.
He actually, as you ask that, he comes out and he's like, "Have you all seen your telephones?"
What?
No.
And you take him up. There is a text message to everyone from Wenceslas, and the text message only says, "Underground machinery, come quickly."
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Hey, Amanda, could you hold down the fort for a little?
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay.
What's up? Matthew is just
something-
putting on his jacket and heading out.
It's something about machines and Wenceslas, and we'll be back. Don't worry.
Again?
Eh. Are we taking the van?
No.
Oh shit, your beetle.
The van is hold on.
I mean, you want to have a look now, Lars?
Oh no, I mean
How's-
my van.
Oh, okay.
Whatever vehicle's available, we pile into and then say a prayer.
Oh god, we're gonna die.
I read on the internet there's these things called Ubers now.
It's not
it's
small town
like-
Minnesota.
We don't have them? Okay.
Yeah, you don't have an Uber, unfortunately, here. I'm missing 2 sheets.
I said we can do the van, no problem.
Matthew, how are we gonna get there?
I'll take my car. I can bring with me 4 of you. But didn't you come here with a van?
It's a work in progress. Can we stop laughing at it? It's a serious project, okay?
It is a serious problem, though. Too.
Patty actually comes out too. So, what did you all get the text from the? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm heading up there too. I can bring a couple of you with me.
Yeah,
right.
let's leave the van for
sounds
now.
good.
Yeah.
Because I need a full night's rest to get Bailey back. So
Right. So you all either pack into Matthew's very British little, what are they called?
little MG
Yeah,
or a mini.
Yeah, like a mini. The one where you have to push the seat, you have to fold the seat forward in the
yeah.
front to get into the back because there are no back doors on it.
So Silas won't be riding in that.
No,
one.
there's no, I was gonna say semi, but there's not. Yeah, there's a sheriff's semi. Why not? You can get up on the back of it.
It'll work for me.
She's probably got a pickup, so we can ride.
Oh yeah,
in the back.
pickup truck. That's what I meant. Sorry. What's a
Yeah.
semi?
Semi.
What's a semi?
Semi.
18-wheeler.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant the pickup truck. I don't know the lingo. I don't have a license.
No, I mean, I don't know any Swedish, so I think you're doing pretty well.
You're doing good.
Thank you. But yeah, it's a pickup truck, so you can get up on the back of it. The car kind of, Silas gets up first, and the front wheels just kind of lift a little from the ground, but they go down again when the rest of them get inside.
Oh, yeah, I'll rebalance.
Yeah. And you head off, and it's tense. Nobody really says anything unless you folks speak up, and you head out to the oh so familiar field now, the hole in the ground. You look down into it as you walk past it. You don't see quite anything. You see something green down there in the middle of the room, something green and plant-like, but you can't make out what it is. And Matthew is just beelining towards the entrance. It's like, where is the bloody Wenceslas? And neither he nor anyone else is anywhere close to see.
I'm gonna get invisible.
All right. So you head down into the tunnels once again, and the machinery has gone quiet. There's no movement. There's no life. It's still, cold. And the passageway to the yellow room, the one in the middle, is blocked as usual, so you have to go around. And you head through the corridors, and you're reminded of the first time you went down here, when you were also fighting a dragon at the same time. Dragon that is now chained down, so as to not accidentally fly off and eat a sheep. Sorry, not a sheep. And slowly but surely, you make your way to the yellow room. And what you see in there, well, first of all, you see both Wenceslas and Mrs. Blackbird, and they're standing by what looks at first to be this giant cocoon with like strands sticking out to all corners of the wall. In the center of it is this pulsating green mass. But then you realize it's made out of plant matter. It's wrapped in leaves. There's vines growing across it. There's flowers of all kinds blooming on it. And Wenceslas just looks up and goes, I don't know what this is. It's... and Mrs. Blackbird goes, I felt it. It brought me here. It called out to me. Does anyone do anything to it?
Jonas becomes visible again and asks, Is it your child? Disappeared in these tunnels.
I don't know, maybe.
Nova will go up and see if she can put her ear right against the wall of the cocoon.
Yeah, you do that. It's warm, surprisingly warm, but not hot, obviously. And you hear slowly the beating of a heart inside.
She'll say that there's a heartbeat. There's a heartbeat here.
How big a chance is this that it's a good thing, and how big a chance is it that it's a bad thing?
Matthew's
50-50.
Matthew's sitting on the floor like, I have no idea what this is.
Well, what kind of a heartbeat is it? Is it like super fast, distressed?
No,
Or is it just slow, Nova?
sleeping.
Didn't you say that you heard a heartbeat down
yeah,
here before?
Yeah, when I was here before, when Mrs. Blackbird, I guess, gave birth, but then there was no baby, but there was a heartbeat everywhere.
Does it sound like the same heartbeat?
Does it?
Similar, although through fluid.
Yeah.
You would say.
She'll be like, I think so. I'm not a doctor, but it sounds kind of the same.
I don't think a doctor would have anything reasonable to contribute to this.
I just don't want to get sued.
What are we gonna do that for?
There's no insurance anyway.
She's a business owner now. She's got a lot more worries.
Yeah, she heard about the McDonald's incident.
She's like, oh, no, I gotta be real careful.
Yeah, but you can't. You can sue McDonald's for having too hot coffee, but you can't sue them for.
Well, if they prepare it to a degree that it causes third-degree burns all over your lap. But,
Yeah.
Hey, Cocoon Baby? You in there, Cocoon Baby?
Just beating on.
So when did you feel this call?
This morning, I woke up and I just knew I had to go here.
Has anybody been here since?
No.
It seems like it's not something that just popped up overnight here.
No.
Maybe it's calling to you because it's ready to hatch? What do you call it when a butterfly comes out of its cocoon?
Metamorphosis?
Metamorphosize or something?
Maybe. Matthew looks at it. Well, we're all here. If it's going to happen, it should be happening now, right?
Nova will take a step back.
Do you want me to cut it open? Or at least down? Or should we let it do its thing?
Let it do its thing, I would think.
It trembles suddenly, and this kind of viscous greenish fluid starts seeping out through it, pooling on the floor and spreading out. It smells sweet, like nectar, almost. Sticky too. And Madeline is just standing by the cocoon, just got a hand on it. And slowly it seems to wither and sink to the floor, and the leaves kind of curl up. And as it does, you see the body of a very pale child, almost snow white skin, with pitch black hair, black eyes, pointy ears, and blood red lips. And it's reaching out to Madeline, who looks at you, and then just grabs the child and hugs it. But she's unsure. She starts crying. It's like, is this is my child? And the baby doesn't say a word at first, but then slowly it starts crying like a normal child, screaming. Matthew just looks at the six of you. You all seen this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Are we witnessing the birth of one of them?
I don't want to, our keeper had dark hair and red lips. What does this mean?
The one with the garden, right?
She said the baby was hers. But now it doesn't have to be.
I guess we'll get to see if that whole nature nurture thing works out.
I guess.
Maybe I shouldn't travel.
Matthew looks at you, looks at the others. I think the six of you have done more than anyone should ask of you. There's plenty of us now in town. You do what you want. We'll make sure that this child is. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll raise it, I suppose. Madeline is looking at you as well. Like, this is my child. Maybe she looks like her, but it's not her. Wenceslas looks a little bit worried and says, I think some of you were staying behind, right? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, I'm yelling at my cat.
Ah, okay.
Nova go, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
I wasn't planning on leaving either.
I'll be around.
And we were gonna keep in touch too, so.
Wenceslas kind of smiles. Well, all we need is a mirror to get you here again. So, right?
I have just the thing.
Perfect. And I think, unless any of you have any last things you'd like to add, I think this is a perfectly appropriate place to end this little story. They all live happily ever after.
Sure.
Or did they?
Nova's going to be Nova's going to be a great babysitter.
Yeah.
Flicker and Nova are going to be babysitters.
Perfect. The child is going to be very normal when they...
Yes.
Kid's gonna be
Infanticide is a word circling through my brain right now.
Sorry to put you at yet another cliffhanger, but you never know. You never know.
No mercy from Chris.
No. What do you mean, no mercy?
Oh, mercy.
Oh, well, I mean, I've had an absolute blast today. I'm very sorry that we have to round up, but we did hit our 2 hours, and have been worried about this session for a long time, but I feel like we got a lot of closure on most things. And I'd like maybe go the team around, say, or if you have any thoughts, any last words before we.
Any last words? I feel like that's the best way to sum up this. Any last words?
Any last words?
Yeah, I got a few. This has been really incredible. This is the first thing that I really live streamed ever, and it started me live streaming a lot of other stuff too, and it's gotten me involved in this whole World of Darkness community, and I'm honestly really thankful for it because I don't know, I've met a lot of cool people. I met all you guys. Not that those two things are mutually exclusive, of course. You're all very cool people. And this really was fantastic.
Thank you.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah. Likewise. It was the
Same.
first time I has been live streaming and playing over the internet and actually role playing in English overall. So I hope you have managed to sit through my poor English.
It's been perfect.
great.
Don't worry about it.
Your
It's been
English
great.
is excellent.
Yeah.
Don't-
It's excellent. Yeah.
My first stream too, and the weirdest thing is Chris and I met during my very first vampire game. And he invited me to do this, which I had thought I was like, I don't even know what this guy sucks. I thought I was just absolutely screwing it up that first game I was playing. And then he like took a shot and invited me to do this. And I think
Good
it's
call,
opened,
Chris.
yeah, it has opened up so much. And thank you so much for taking a chance on
Of course.
that weird Malkavian you met in one game.
You were great. You were
For the
great.
record, the same thing happened with me, only it wasn't even that. It was Chris put out on Twitter. I followed him because he was also a vampire content creator at the time. Or he still is. I mean,
Oh, what happened?
I guess it's...
that sounded different than I intended.
Don't worry about it.
The
Yeah.
point being, yeah, Chris, you just were like on Twitter. Anybody want to play Changeling? I was like, I got some experience broadcasting stuff. And then
Yeah.
never
Yeah, so
live
what
streamed,
all-
but I
What all
podcasted, and
what all
hey, here
came
we
out
are.
of this? We've got Harry's doing a couple of different live streams.
A couple different live streams and a few pre-recorded things. And I have one of the reasons you haven't been seeing anything on the Slurry Cat channel for a while is because I've been working on a little film that's going to go up there eventually. So yeah, tune in for that.
Looking forward to it.
Excited.
A little bit inspired by Hunter the Vigil.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you for being trusting and generous, Chris. I mean, maybe
Yes.
too much, but it's too late now because we did a thing.
Well, I went through my list of players. It's like, no, they can't do it. They can do it. They can do. Oh, okay, the bottom. No, just no.
Take that top of the list.
I just wanted to say I got pulled in because he was like, I don't know if I'll get enough players. I know you don't like being on camera, which I really hate. And he was like, oh, can you please come play? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll play. Let's do it. Let's try it. And I have to say that this month that we haven't been playing, and just the thought of it ending was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss this guy so much.
Yeah. You guys stay in touch. You don't have an
Thank
excuse
you.
not to.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
I
I'm on that.
decide to start
Oh, sorry.
branching out on the podcast and have some guests, I'll be inviting you.
Oh
guys.
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Silas. Sorry.
Yeah,
Trev.
that's the thing. I've never done a live stream before, at least certainly not for any channels like Onyx Path.
Mhm.
But when Chris invited me also out of the vampire game, I was saying, all right, let's do this. I have to be honest, I think I've seen some live streams of LA by Night, other professionally acted shows, and I have to be honest, ours really has this spontaneity that you can't get from some actors who
You're that LA by Night, we're better than you.
they rule. Yeah,
Yeah, let's put him on blast.
This is a call out post.
I'm saying like they've got a really good show, but I really like the way ours worked
Yeah,
out.
they got a really good show, but ours is better.
Yeah, I agree, Trev. You
During
this-
the
this-
last episode, we can put that challenge out.
Come fight us.
There's a lot of genuinity here in this group. I really like it.
Yeah, like a lot of groups, it's a couple people that really drive everything, but here everyone contributed quite a bit
Yeah.
to all the scenes, and I think it really worked out well for the channel. I'm sad Littlebrook is ending, but all things do. You don't want to end up like a show that's 14 seasons past its welcome, especially because they said.
No, I agree. Yeah, I feel a little bit like Lost, like that whole series. Like I have so many things that are going to be unanswered.
Yeah,
Damn it,
Chris,
JJ.
We're just gonna keep blasting people. I don't even mind. This is the airing agreement.
Hear that, JJ Abrams? We're coming for your writing style.
Let's pull out all the challenges now.
Yep.
We had a really good ending. I think everyone was really satisfied. The characters. Thanks to you, the audience, for sticking around as long as you did. You'd be surprised. I think we got at least 1,000 people on quite a few of our episodes. And that's not bad. Much less the people who were like, oh yeah, every week, tune in live.
Yeah.
Getting anyone to come to a live show that isn't the people themselves is actually pretty good, I think.
We're also, it's not exactly the most convenient time, I feel, too.
Oh,
because we are, almost half of us are European, so it's like, oops.
And a lot of North Americans aren't even out of work by the time it starts. So it wasn't in the greatest position, but I think it was a good one. So the fact we got people to watch it satisfies me. I'm really interested to see what all of your projects from here on out are going to be.
Yeah, Touring, you're doing a podcast, right? Oh, muted. So muted.
Touring, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Sorry. Yes, I posted the first 2 episodes of Lore of the Apocalypse, where I'm going to be going into the lore of Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition.
Awesome. That's on Podbean. Let me grab the link for that. Well, let's see here. Is it in own stuff?
Yeah.
Let me.
Are we gonna do what we're gonna do from now on?
Sure. Sure. What are we gonna do from now on?
Stare at the walls and think of the good times.
Okay, road trip.
Yeah, road trip.
As soon as I can leave this house again.
No, I meant like what we were gonna do. Like Harry said, which project he's got. Thoring said, which project
I also got a few other podcasts you can check out.
Yeah.
Controlled Chaos, which Chris played at Dreadnought on.
Yeah, Controlled Chaos.
Some guys up.
Yeah.
Dreadnought? What do you mean? Like...
So it's in the Warhammer universe, and there are these things, Dreadnoughts, which are space marines who are nearly killed, but then just like scooped up and put into a sarcophagus.
If you play StarCraft, the weird spider light. What are they called again? The second unit
Dragoons.
You get Dragoons. Yeah, it's the same concept, but more metal in 40K, obviously, both literally and figuratively.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you're doing. Sorry, Adam. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still doing my podcast, but it's in Swedish, unfortunately. So if you know Swedish or want to learn Swedish, then you can listen to it. Otherwise,
translated versions.
Not.
Drop a link in the chat, though.
Okay.
Good reason for people to learn Swedish. Yeah.
Oh yes. Also, I can't forget this because I'm gonna, and I have to plug it because it's exciting. Violet Cove is another series I'm doing. My friend is running it, who plays Cyron on Controlled Chaos, and is who played Mercy in season 2 of Saratoga by Night. Another thing you should check out. It's Violet Cove. It's a Monster Hearts 2 actual play. We live stream on Wednesdays, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. It's been doing really well, and so that's exciting. I know we got the creator of the game to tune in, so that's
cool.
So much fun. So yeah, check it out. It's
that's
stupid
awesome.
fun. I play a vampire of fucking course.
Of course you do.
So that's live streamed. Do you guys also have that posted somewhere?
It's also on the Salubricat YouTube channel, which is my YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
What's on the cards for you, Nova?
Let's see.
Can I call you Nova?
No, that's cool. I'll answer to it. No, we're to that point where I've got like 10 names I'll absolutely answer to. I am part of a twice a month. Right now it's Scion campaign. It's called RP Knots, and it's on the Lawful Geeks Twitch channel. And the whole plan is we are starting in one, like we're starting with Scion, then we're going to move on to the Star Wars, and then we're basically like we're going to keep having arcs where we take our characters and convert them.
Oh, that's cool.
And if you want to see me play okay, listen, Mindy's not a jerk. She just knows she's better than people. And it's fine.
If you know,
yeah. I need to check this out.
If it's the truth, then you know.
What's the channel called? Lawful?
The Lawful Geek. And I've posted on my Twitter too.
Drop a link in the chat.
Oh God, that's
Found
work.
it.
I'm also on a podcast that has nothing to do with role playing called Anomaly Presents. It's connected to our genre film festival where we talk about the genre movies that
Cool.
It's an excuse to talk about whatever movie we want, but we're saying because of the film fest.
Perfect.
And if you want, I was actually able to be on an episode of Long Beach by Night a couple months ago, and that's up on YouTube.
It's a great episode.
It's the very last epilogue. Because my vampire loves a werewolf and she smooches him, but it's trouble. It's not accepted.
Oh yeah. That was
not accepted,
that was a
everybody.
roller
As
coaster.
well, it should not be.
It's fine. I wasn't emotionally compromised at all. I definitely wasn't almost crying by the end.
Snake, do you think love can bloom even on a battlefield?
But I think that's my stuff right now.
Yeah.
It's all your fault, Chris.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm not actually sorry.
No, I like stuff.
I almost started crying at one point in this video with the deer. I was like, oh no, I got emotional. Because that's a callback. That's a callback to the
very first, did we even...
I never put it online. But I've already got all the videos into files that I'm going to render. But it takes ages to render these videos. As soon as they're done, I'm going to upload the prequels as well.
I was going to say, because that was a callback to the prelude that I don't know that anybody's seen.
But it meant a lot for you and me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aww. Was there anything else on the cards for you, Trevor? Did you?
No, I don't have any big plans going on podcast wise. I've got a family, so I'm kind of.
Trev's on dad time now.
But I'd be down for a small project in future, or in one shots if people were doing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll reach out if I need a guest, which I probably will at some point.
To hear what you guys have to do. I can't take as much time out as I used to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Of course.
I'm glad we could do this, guys. I really am.
Yeah.
Me too.
This has been really fantastic.
It has been. I'm gonna miss it. I feel really bad for ending it.
No, it ended very well. So
it was a good spot for it.
Nothing forever. You have your own projects that you can get done.
It's true.
I feel bad. Didn't you have that one thing you were doing? Supposed to be doing this fall? Doesn't look like it's going to be happening.
Do you mean the con?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna go to the night in question, which has been moved to next year, which is great. I'm playing a Swedish heavy metal roadie from the 70s, heavily inspired by a certain roadie from a certain movie called Wayne's World 2.
With their own shoes.
So there I was. So there I was in Sri Lanka, formally Ceylon, at 1 o'clock in the morning, and Ozzy wouldn't get on stage unless I got a whole bottle of brown M&Ms. So I'm gonna.
What else went on that night?
Yeah.
Oh, I want video. I want photos.
Yeah. I'm gonna practice. I need to talk like a Swede who can't speak English. So they wrote him as a Swede. I didn't even write that in, but they know where I'm coming from, Sweden.
Yes, he's a vampire, and he will maybe do some really good stuff.
Yeah. All right, everybody, it's time to get the show on the road, okay?
Yeah, you gotta practice the accent. Get it.
Oh God. I just have to talk like my mom, and it's fine. I just have to talk like my mom. She talks this way, and it's very easy to speak English that way. That way.
Man, now I want this videotape.
Oh God, yeah, I will be posting more on that.
Brilliant.
I do have some thoughts about one shots in the future, so you folks will be amongst the first, if not the first. I will be contacting for that.
Hell yeah.
We'll see. I have been
always down to
busy.
fuck up Chicago and try to be Avarizing Methuselah next time.
I mean, in your defense, bees.
To be fair, we lived. Everyone that mattered survived.
Yeah. And a lot of people died.
So. Yeah, but they but they weren't us, so I count that as a win.
That's fair.
I wanted to say I will not be doing much online stand-up actually, like I haven't so far because someone's camera shy. But I'm working on that. Most importantly, I'm working more behind the scenes, and I've been working really hard actually since February because I'm in Changemaker education, so I'm doing game design right now, and I am neck deep in 3D and working on other projects. So while you might not see me on YouTube and Twitch and wherever, you might see my name in some indie games from now on. So working on it. But
send links when you got them, because I will be the first to play them.
I'll try to. Sure. Sure, I would love for you guys to try it. And oh my gosh, there's a kitty.
Aw,
it's a
hello.
cat. Oh, hello, cat.
It's Dante.
Hello, kitty.
Hi, Dante.
But I wanted to say that I really like the energy that we had as a group, and that's. You couldn't tell by my skill, but I've been role playing since I was like. I'm not gonna say since how old I was, but for now 20 years, and it's hard to get that kind of energy, and I really liked it. And just in general, I feel like if there's any kind of project that you would need an extra person on, Primogen, I will not be using the wife card, I swear. But if anyone wishes or needs like an extra person to be around, let me know. Hit me up.
Of course,
you know me.
Absolutely,
So, yeah.
I will keep that in mind. Yeah, if you're not going to delete this channel, this Discord channel, Chris, I will definitely be plugging some stuff. I'll see if I can book any of you guys using it.
On the contrary, I have a very hard time deleting a Discord channel. I have too many.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I just can't deal with that. What's it called? Separation. So many memories. Yeah. Thank you all, everyone, for participating in this grand experience. We made it. We didn't get to episode 30. I said that I was gonna get the introduction by episode 30. It's episode 29, but
you got it today, though.
Yeah, I did. I nailed it. I ruined it by saying I nailed it, though. I shouldn't have.
No, you nailed it. You
celebrate.
Yeah. So let's play let's storytell a play of mad beautifulness.
That's the one. That's the one.
A super cut of all of those.
and all the different trials I put you through in your presentations. We didn't do blood groups. I guess I should have done that one too.
Oh no.
Blood types.
Well, I don't even. God, what's my blood type? I feel like that's something I should know.
Yeah.
Trev, I don't mind.
Trev, what do you want to say?
We do a Math Blaster playthrough, and then we say a storytelling game of beautiful mathness.
Oh no!
Get out! I'm ending the stream now.
Let's end this now.
No, it's time to go now. We're just done.
Look, if I can get away with methamphetamine, he can get away with that.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
He's got to flex his dad joke.
Yeah. Oh, you need practice.
Oh.
Yeah. If you think about it, I mean, 3 to 4 p.m. That's prime dad time. You know.
It is.
You want to get something to get those adults in. This is it. This is how we get them. The dad joke.
I love it. I love it. And I think on that high note, we will wrap things up. I don't want it to end, but.
Oh yeah, I'm like George Costanza. That's it. I'm out of here. Thank you. Everyone.
Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching. And
everybody.
If you just caught, I'll upload the other episodes later. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.